Good afternoon. My name is Tammy Beckham, and I'm the Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine. Please remain standing as Dr. Jordan Abernathy sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is truly my pleasure to welcome each of you to Kansas State University and the 112th commencement for the College of Veterinary Medicine. Following today's ceremony, Kansas State University will have graduated 7,167 veterinarians since the first class graduated in 1907. We can count many outstanding leaders in our profession as alumni of this college, and we certainly expect no less from the class of 2017. I want to offer a special welcome to the spouses, children, parents, grandparents, and other relatives and friends of the class of 2017. Without your continual support, these graduates would not have realized their goals to become veterinarians. And at this time, I would like to introduce the platform party, starting on my immediate left. If you would please stand when I call your name. Mr. Richard Myers, President, Kansas State University. Dr. April Mason, Provost and Senior Vice President. Regent Dave Murfin, Kansas Board of Regents. Dr. Ken Burton, Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, Alumni Board President. Mr. Brad Seidner, representing the Kansas State University Alumni Association. Dr. Kenneth Harkin, Professor in Clinical Sciences. Dr. Bonnie Rush, Executive Associate Dean. And I would like to recognize Mr. Stephen Kuchera at the organ, and our marshals today, who are Dr. Warren Beard and Dr. David Hodgins. Please be seated. Outstanding academic programs are certainly not accidents. Success depends on two very important ingredients: excellent students, which we obviously have, and highly motivated and dedicated faculty and staff members. At this time, I would like for all of the faculty and staff members of the College of Veterinary Medicine that are on the stage and in the audience today to stand and be recognized for their outstanding efforts on behalf of the college and on behalf of these graduates. Please stand. So moving right along, to bring greetings from the Kansas Board of Regents, I'm privileged to introduce Regent David Murfin. Regent Murfin was appointed to the Kansas Board of Regents by Governor Sam Bramlage in 2015. He is the CEO of Murfin Incorporated, whose interests include Murfin Drilling Company Incorporated and Murphy Tractor and Equipment Company, one of the largest John Deere construction dealerships in North America. Murfin grew up in Wichita, a graduate of Wichita East High School, and he earned his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and business administration from the University of Kansas, and currently serves as a member of the University of Kansas School of Business Board of Advisors. Murfin is known for his civic engagements, including serving on several boards, to include Greater Wichita Economic Development Coalition, the Kansas Chamber, and the National Petroleum Council. He is a former president of Kansas Independent Oil and Gas Association and the past chairman of the National Stripper Well Association. In 2016, Murfin was awarded the Jim Edwards Leadership Kansas Alumnus of the Year Award. Please join me in welcoming Regent David Murfin to the podium.
Wow, I'll try and make my speech shorter than the intro. but wow, congratulations, guys, you made it. How about that? You excited? Yeah. President Myers, members of the faculty and staff, and all the Wildcat family that are here to celebrate this special day, I'm delighted, both delighted and honored to bring greetings and best wishes from the Kansas Board of Regents. Thank you for allowing me to be with you on this very important day. This is one of the most fun jobs I do. We get to interact with the students and faculty and see all the amazing things that are going on. I read some about the veterinary school, and it's amazing kind of the mission you're going down and how impactful it is. Anyway, so I'm off track, but anyway, graduates, what an amazing accomplishment. Enjoy this day and all the festivities that come with it. They symbolize the culmination of years of study, hard work, and commitment. And I'm so happy for you and your family and friends that are here to celebrate today. Your effort is an embodiment of all those who have contributed to the excellence of this institution. As Regents, we believe the aim of higher education, as we envision it, goes beyond helping graduates like yourself to succeed professionally, as important as that is for both you as individuals and for our society as a whole. But rather, we know that higher education remains the best way for people to improve the quality of their own lives and to raise the standard of living for their families and to contribute to the advancement of our communities and ensure our state's economic prosperity. But the true measure of the system's success will be the women and men who walk across the stage today. You're the ones that will move our communities forward. And, sorry. There's one thing I ask, so real simple. I hope you consider staying in Kansas. We want you to create the industries of the future, discover those next great medical breakthroughs, and lead our great universities. But anyway, if your career path takes you away from Kansas, please consider coming back to join the other 350,000 graduates of the Regents institutions who have actually stayed home or come home to Kansas. Anyway, you are the lifeblood and the future of the state. I wish you all a joy and happiness and fulfillment wherever you pass or where you choose to go. But we're here today to honor you, and on behalf of the Kansas Board of Regents, we offer our collective congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regent Murfin. The class of 2017 has invited Dr. Kenneth Harkin to deliver the commencement address today. Each year, the graduating class has the opportunity to choose who they would like to provide the commencement address. This is a very special opportunity for that person. Dr. Kenneth Harkin completed a residency in small animal internal medicine at Michigan State University in 1994, and he is board certified by the American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine. After 3 years in private referral practice, he joined the faculty at Kansas State University in 1997 as a clinical instructor, becoming an associate professor in 1998. He was promoted to professor in 2010, and he currently instructs fourth-year veterinary students in their clinical rotations through the internal medicine service and gives didactic lectures to third-year veterinary students in gastroenterology, hepatology, neurology, and clinical hematology. He leads weekly case discussions for students in their preclinical years and is the faculty advisor for the AHA Club, the Feline Club, and the Cycling Club. Dr. Harkin was awarded the Carl J. Norton Distinguished Teacher Award in 2001, 2008, and 2013. Dr. Harkin's research interests have been primarily focused in the areas of infection, immunology, primary canine leptospirosis, and canine dysautonomia. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kenneth Harkin to our podium.
Thank you, Dean Beckham, President Myers, Provost Mason, Regent Murfin, distinguished faculty. It's going to drive me crazy. Welcome, family and friends, and especially graduating class of 2017. Wow, here you are. Did you ever imagine 4 years ago, when you introduced yourselves to your classmates in Frick Auditorium, that you would one day be sitting there ready to graduate? Honestly, I didn't. Actually, I thought you would all be sitting up here. When I was asked to give the commencement address for today, I did not jump at the opportunity. What would I, a tenured Deadwood professor who has to pull his glasses to the end of his nose just to draw blood from a cat, have to offer on one of the most important days of your academic career? I asked my wife what she thought. She told me, of course you should do it. She said, now, just don't be controversial. Don't talk about politics. You should be funny. She thought about that for a second and then said, no, comedy isn't really your thing. Be inspirational. Then another pause before she opined, maybe you should have declined. But here I am. Actually, I showed up a bit early for today's graduation. I thought I heard this started at 1:45, but apparently nobody approved that. So I'm back to do it again. Hopefully someone will approve it this time. Only they get this joke, I'm sorry. I vaguely remember my graduation, it was a joke, from Iowa State University in 1989. One of my classmates sang. She had been a professional singer, so she was pretty good. But I don't remember what she sang. Probably Bette Midler's Wind Beneath My Wings, because everybody was singing that back then. I don't remember who we invited to be the graduation speaker or what was said. So I'm pretty confident anything I say today will quickly be forgotten. Actually, I'm counting on that. Growing up, I was influenced by James Herriot. I read all of his books, and I really loved the British series that aired on PBS starting when I was in 9th grade. Every Sunday night, I would load my commemorative McDonald's Hamburglar plate with pizza from Happy Joe's. It was the 1970s, folks. And immerse myself in the misadventures of James, Siegfried, and Tristan. Sure, it took place in the Yorkshire Dales in the 1930s, and veterinary medicine has come a long way since then. But it was really about the stories. The stories were about the people and their animals, the triumph and tragedy of veterinary medicine, about the sacrifices veterinarians make for their profession every day. It was magnificent. I couldn't wait to be part of that. And through the years, I've had my fair share of clients and patients that James Herriot would have written about. I wrote 2 stories for this address, but I don't have enough time to tell them. So if you'd like a full transcript of the commencement address, send me a request by email. When I was a senior in high school, I discovered The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which was published 2 years earlier. Being a teenager, I already understood and spoke sarcasm. But the absurdity of the logic in Douglas Adams' trilogy in 5 parts was infinitely appealing to me. Arthur Dent was my Holden Caulfield. Although there was no teen angst or feelings of alienation, and Arthur Dent was mostly just unheroic and confused by the things going on around him. But he did have the ability to find humor in some otherwise dire situations. The guide raised philosophical questions about science, religion, politics, the nature of wealth and privilege, but also ultimately had some good lessons and important messages. I think it's no coincidence that Towel Day, established to remember the late Douglas Adams and his works, falls on my birthday, May 25th, every year. So I thought I would take 13 lessons and messages from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy about life, the universe, and everything, and apply them, when possible, to veterinary medicine. So here we go. Number 1, always carry a towel. In the guide, a towel was considered the most massively useful thing any interstellar hitchhiker could carry. Having a towel signifies to others that you likely have other supplies too, and makes them more inclined to loan you any of these supplies you might have lost. If you can hike the far reaches of the galaxy and still have your towel, you are a person to be reckoned with. But a towel has practical applications for veterinarians too. It can be wrapped around the cat that's leaking urine, or the dog bleeding profusely from the mouth, to protect your just washed white coat and keep it looking clean, good as new. It can turn any litter box into a cat bed. It's also useful for subduing the wickedly insane cat who seems intent on separating you from your skin. Number 2, don't panic. In the first month of my internal medicine residency at Michigan State University, a supervising clinician advised me to get a kidney biopsy on a cat with chronic kidney disease. Dempsey was the cat's name. Those were not the days of ultrasound-guided biopsies. Needless to say, the instruction was worse than the advice, and by a bizarre chain of events, I biopsied Dempsey's lung through his kidney. Pneumothorax quickly ensued, and being very junior and inexperienced, I quietly panicked, and all the blood quickly ran to my big toe. I was ushered into a chair by the senior anesthesiologist, who coolly and calmly evacuated the air and saved the cat. There were probably several lessons to learn from that day, but most importantly, I learned that maintaining one's calm under duress gives you the best chance to save your patient. As the late, great Dr. Carl Osborne once said, the first pulse to take in any emergency is your own. Number 3, improbable does not mean impossible. How does a cat that never goes outside get histoplasmosis? Or a paralyzed Weimaraner with necrosis of the brain, kidney failure, and liver failure from primary systemic vasculitis survive to thrive and walk again? At times you will come face to face with infinitesimally small odds that your patient will survive. But never abandon faith in the indomitable will to survive. Your patients and clients will surprise you. You will even be surprised by what you can accomplish. Those will be the times that remind you how great it is to be a veterinarian. Number 4, just when you think life can't possibly get any worse, it suddenly does. There is no denying that at times, being a veterinarian can bring even the strongest to tears. In my worst week as an internal medicine resident, I lost 17 patients for a variety of reasons. I even had to euthanize 2 dogs with acute myeloid leukemia from one family on the same day. I had wall-to-wall patients in the ICU and only went home to shower and change clothes. I finally made it home late Friday night thinking the worst of it was over. It wasn't. I had barely eaten anything that entire week and awoke Saturday morning just in time to have my own multiple hypoglycemic seizures. Let me tell you, Quaker Oats taste just fine right out of the canister. Number 5, there are few things in the universe worse than bad poetry. Well, maybe this commencement address. Number 6, there are few things in the universe better than a solid cup of tea. That may be true for the average Englishman, but when I had a tough day in my early years as a veterinarian, my comfort food is macaroni and cheese washed down with a cold Guinness. Throw in a good sci-fi movie, and memories of belligerent clients just faded away. Find your cup of tea. Number 7, we are not the most intelligent species on Earth, so stop acting pretentious. I could use this message to rant about science and climate deniers and the devastating effects of global warming, but I won't. I offer only this one small hope, that everyone on this planet eventually comes together to ensure the survival of our planet and all of God's creations. There are no second chances. Number 8, digital watches are pretty pointless. Mickey Mouse watches, on the other hand, make complete and total sense. Number 9, check your intellectual blind spots. It is our natural predisposition not to see anything we don't want to, weren't expecting, or can't explain. When you can't auscultate the heart well, don't rationalize it away as inexperience, a lousy stethoscope, or earwax. Maybe there is pericardial or pleural effusion or mass between you and the heart. Don't ignore a finding that may complicate the diagnosis you made or the good prognosis you hope for. It will never get better if you don't let those unexpected findings become nagging feelings on which you become compelled to act. Number 10, the art of flying. There is an art, or rather a knack, to flying. The knack lies in learning how to throw yourself to the ground and miss. Today, we're kicking you out of the nest. It's time for you to fly. When I graduated, a professor told me, you know, now it gets hard. It's easy when you have faculty. He had it wrong. Now come the moments you have trained for. Enjoy them all. I wish for all of you that you never hit the ground. Number 11, always listen to your mother. But then I don't remember any of my mother's advice because I wasn't listening. So I listened to my wife for a week for some advice she passes on to her, just for a week. For some advice she passes on to our children, and I'll share those with you now. Wear your sunscreen, buckle up, put down that cell phone, don't touch your face, wash your hands, brush and floss. I think that's some worthwhile advice. Number 12, gotta be political. If you want to run for president, don't. It is a well-known fact that those people who most want to rule people are those least suited to do it. Yeah, I really can't get this one to apply to veterinary medicine. But it otherwise seemed incredibly apt for today, even though it was written 38 years ago. We also learned in the second book that the person who actually rules the universe turns out to be a man who lives in a shack with a cat and doesn't believe anything is real or certain except that which he is seeing and hearing at the moment. Crazy, huh? 13, that's right, finally number 13, the last on my list. It is the questions, not the answers, that truly matter. It took deep thought, a supercomputer built by hyper-intelligent, pan-dimensional beings 7.5 million years to compute the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. The answer was 42. But without knowing the question, 42 didn't mean anything. One thing I've learned through the years is that the best veterinarians know which questions to ask. Sometimes it's the questions that we ask the clients, sometimes it's the questions that we ask of ourselves. I may know 17 differentials for excessive drinking and urination, but if I didn't ask the client the right questions, I might have spent $1,000 on diagnostics that revealed nothing when it turned out the dog was feeling the stress of her human's changes at work and drinking excessively just to get attention. No ultrasound, CT scan, MRI, or blood test can replace the need to first define and understand the problem. So put a battlefish in your ear and listen to what your client and patient are really telling you. My final thought for the day. You are now part of a grand and glorious profession. Whether you're going to be working with dogs, cats, horses, beef or dairy cattle, ferrets, llamas, goats, lions, tigers, or bears, poultry or fish, the well-being of that animal is vitally important to someone, somehow. There are days when you diagnose everything, save everything, and your clients love you. But there will be days when nothing goes right despite your best efforts. You can't save that patient. You can't figure out what's wrong, and the client vows they'll see you in court. But if you are honest with your clients, care about your patients and make the effort to do the right thing, avail yourself of the opportunities to improve, and are willing to accept when you need advice and consultation, the good days will far outnumber the bad. In our profession, we deal with death on an almost daily basis. Sometimes it's planned, the humane euthanasia of an old arthritic Labrador retriever who could no longer enjoy the warmth of the sun or gobble up a plate of food in 3.6 seconds. but sometimes it's unexpected, like an out-of-control prairie fire. But we can never give death dominion over life. It is incumbent upon each of us to know why we put on the scrub top every day, to embrace the importance we have in the lives of so many, at times to recapture the simple reason why we decided to become veterinarians in the first place. Whether I am entreating on a pet health exam to meet and hold a cute puppy, pulling a toy out of a dog's stomach with the endoscope, giving a client an answer, good or bad, for why their pet is sick, or watching a student suddenly realize they really do know the answer. Each of these moments is special and satisfying in its own way. Although Arthur C. Clarke wrote that "Don't panic" was Douglas Adams' greatest contribution to the world, I believe his most enduring lesson would be for each of us to live the moment every day, for that's where happiness exists. So live well, and always remember your towel.
Outstanding. That is a tough act to follow, and I know why you guys have such a special place in your heart for him. So today is an incredibly special day for you, all of our graduates, as you prepare to take your place in the veterinary profession as our colleagues. And today we also celebrate a very important milestone that I'd like to call out. Today, we, as Kansas State University, have had a very long history in the education of international students. And today marks another milestone in that mission. Almost 95 years ago, Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine graduated the first Chinese doctor of veterinary medicine. That was in 1923. In the years that followed, from 1924 to 1949, 7 more Chinese students earned DVM degrees in the US, Europe, and subsequently returned to China. Unfortunately, the US-China exchanges in veterinary education were suspended in 1949. Almost 70 years later, in 2012, the US-China collaboration on veterinary education was resumed at Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine through the US-China Center for Animal Health. And today we celebrate the graduation of 3 students in that program that are the first to graduate from this KSU program. They will be hooded today by Dr. Jishu Shi, who is the director of the US-China Center for Animal Health. We know that these graduating students will become a new driving force in advancing the Chinese veterinary education and the profession, and will work as a KSU alumni to achieve a One World, One Health mission. So join me in congratulating these 3 students, please. President Myers, will you please join me at the podium? Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, please stand. President Myers, these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine have successfully completed the required curriculum to receive their degrees from Kansas State University. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Veterinary Medicine, I proudly present them to you for conferral of their Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degrees.
Thank you, Dean Beckham. By the authority of the people of Kansas and the Kansas Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to confer the Kansas State University Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree upon you, the graduating class of 2017.
Thank you, President Myers. Our newest veterinarians may now be seated. President Myers, Provost Mason, Associate Deans Rush and Smith, and those doing the hooding today, please take your places for the hooding ceremony. After Dr. Rush announces the name of each recipient, each one will be hooded. Following this, the candidates will accept their diplomas and have their pictures taken. Dr. Rush, please announce the names of our 2017 recipients.
Graduating Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, Jordan Elizabeth Abernathy. Dr. Anna Kirsten Amend. Dr. Madeline Grace Anderson. Dr. Sydney Marie Barloon. Dr. Shannon Playfair Bynes. Dr. Bynes is being hooded by her mother, Dr. Jennifer Joel Sullivan, Ontario Veterinary College, 1981. Dr. Samantha Kathleen Belsan. Dr. Carrie Lynn Bixson. Dr. Catherine Renee Boyle. Dr. Molly Marie Brobst. Dr. Corbin Rose Brockelman. Dr. Kimberly Blake Carr. Dr. Charlene Carrera Silva. Dr. Allison Lee Carter. Dr. Grace Chen. Dr. Lauren Elizabeth Christensen. Dr. Christensen is being hooded by her stepfather, Dr. Verlin Jones, University of Florida, 1990. Dr. Leslie Osborne Collett. Dr. Hillary Lynn Coulombe. Graduating in absentia, Dr. Michael Cover. Dr. Cindy Jolene Davidson. Dr. Joanna Diaz. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Donahoe. Dr. Christian Wade Eckert. Dr. Jennifer Lynn Fallon. Dr. Carly Corrine Fielding. Graduating in absentia, Dr. Brett Andrew Fisher. Dr. Megan Garay Fleischley. Dr. Caitlin Michelle Foley. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Megan Elizabeth Guyan. Dr. Corey Stephen Haig. Dr. Erica Lexis Hammond. Dr. Caitlin Amelia Hocus. Dr. Hocus received a master's degree earlier today and is being hooded by her graduate mentor, Dr. Elizabeth Davis, University of Florida, 1996. Dr. Valerie Head. Dr. Brandy Marie Heckel. Dr. Renee Jo Hibma. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Matthew Browning Hall. Dr. Savannah Lizette Couder Isley. Dr. Krista Elizabeth Antonia Janis. Dr. Janis is graduating magna cum laude. Dr. Erin Elizabeth Jobman. Dr. Jobman graduated earlier today with a master's in public health. Dr. Melissa Diane Juby. Dr. Nathaniel Capaldo. Dr. Capaldo is being hooded by his graduate mentor, Dr. James Carpenter. He also received a master's earlier today. Dr. Sherry Marie Kennedy. Dr. Ellen Kim. Dr. Alyssa Ann Kirchhoff. Dr. Brooke Michelle Klaus. Dr. Jennifer Wright Christek. Dr. Jennifer Michelle Kosminski. Dr. Catherine Susan Lesage. Dr. Megan Elizabeth Levin. Dr. Jing Li. Dr. Li is being hooded by Dr. Jishu Shi, Beijing Agricultural University, 1985. Dr. Stephanie Elaine Lau. Dr. Bo Leo. Dr. Leo is also being hooded by Dr. Jishu Shi, Director for the U.S.-China Center for Animal Health. Dr. Milena Patrice Luff. Dr. Gabriela Maria Malacates. Dr. Hillary Leanne Martin. Dr. Nikki Christiane McComb. Dr. J.C. Nicole McDaniel. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Lorna Ivy McPeak. Dr. Landon Wayne McWilliams. Dr. Megan Stacy Michaelis. Dr. Laura Doyle Nelson. Dr. Jacob Edward Nightingale. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Nestle. Dr. Vien Chi O. Dr. Rebecca Ariel Ober. Dr. Matthew Evan Olcha. Graduating in absentia, Dr. Christina Renee Paholik. Dr. Michael Ralph Porta. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Jessica Gabriela Prado. Dr. Prado is being hooded by her husband, Dr. Brian Smith, Kansas State University, 2016. Dr. Claire Elizabeth Reynolds. Dr. Lauren Renee Riccioni. Graduating in absentia, Dr. Kaylee Caroline Robinson. Dr. Melissa Lynn Rosen. Dr. Elise Pakta Rottinghouse. Dr. Rottinghouse is being hooded by her father, Dr. John Pakta, Kansas State University, 1987. Dr. Catherine Maria Ryan. Dr. Madeline Claire Sanders. Dr. Amy Janelle Shad. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Erin Lynn Schmidt. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Erica Ruth Schmidt. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Sarah Marie Shook. Dr. Emily Joan Seidel. Dr. Bobby Ann Shanks. Dr. Yao-Chen Chen. Dr. Chen is being hooded by Dr. Jishu Shi, the director for the U.S.-China Center for Animal Health. Dr. Kelly Kristen Simons. Dr. Laura Michelle Skoglund. Dr. Andrea Marissa Slaughter. Dr. Amber Michelle Smith. Graduating summa cum laude, Dr. Andrea Lauren Smith. Graduating cum laude, Dr. Kelsey Lee Sparrow. Dr. Jessica Ann Stangl. Dr. Marcella Cathay Steele. Dr. Sarah Marie Steen. Dr. Quinn Patrice Steichen. Dr. Kathleen Alexa Stewart. Dr. Virginia Bess Still. Dr. Amy Lee Stuckey. Dr. Benjamin E. Suchland. Dr. Robert Ryan Tanner. Dr. Jamie Lynn Thompson. Dr. Nancy Ann Turner. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Ellen Marie Unruh. Dr. Unruh is being hooded by her father-in-law, Dr. Dennis Unruh, Oklahoma State, 1979. Dr. Brandolyn Mary Wagner. Dr. Wagner is being hooded by her father, Dr. David Wagner, Ross University, 1990. Dr. Jasmine Betsy Walters. Dr. Kayla Ann Walty. Dr. Anna Marie Elizabeth Weber. Dr. Weber is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Sarah Gonzalez, University of Florida, 2011. Dr. Caitlin Mary Witzel. Dr. Cameron Griffith Willoughby. Dr. Joanna Barbara Wilson. Graduating magna cum laude, Dr. Allie Marie Wingert. Dr. Wingert is being hooded by committee. Her grandfather, Dr. Fred Wingert, her father, Dr. Bart Wingert, and her mother, Dr. Sue Wingert. Years of graduation, undisclosed. Dr. Melissa Rose Zuckel. Please join me in congratulating these newest veterinarians.
At this time, Dr. Ken Burton, the Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine Alumni Board President, will lead our newest veterinarians in the veterinary oath. The oath has and will continue to be a reminder of the commitment each has made to serving society through his or her chosen profession.
Would the class please stand? On behalf of the Veterinary Medical Alumni Association, congratulations to the doctors of the veterinary class of 2017. It is truly my honor to address you as new colleagues within the veterinary profession. So if you would, please follow me in the veterinarian's oath. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society, through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. Thank you.
Please be seated. Now we will have greetings from the Kansas State University Alumni Association. Dr. Brad Seidner is here to give those remarks, and he is the Senior Vice President of the Kansas State University Alumni Association.
Well, good afternoon, graduates. And again, welcome to all the family and friends here today. Well, I'm very pleased to be part of this special day. And on behalf of the Kansas State Alumni Association, representing over 182,000 living graduates of Kansas State, we'd like to offer our congratulations on your accomplishment here today. We are also here to welcome you into a new relationship with your alma mater as you begin this new chapter as a K-State graduate. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to lead and inspire lifelong involvement that will benefit Kansas State University and all members of our Wildcat community. I'd like to share 3 of the core values that guide us in our mission to help keep you connected with K-State. The first value is link. The Alumni Association provides the lifelong link that alumni depend on to stay connected to their university. You can stay in touch through hundreds of alumni activities in your college, across campus, across the nation, and even internationally. Another value is tradition. And today you will likely celebrate some K-State traditions, such as singing the alma mater, or maybe stopping to take the KSU photo at your favorite spot on campus. You may also have fond memories of doing the Wabash at a K-State sports event, or maybe rubbing the nose of the bronze Wildcat statue at the Alumni Center for good luck on a test, or to ensure victory over that other university down the river. The third core value is purple. That's right, K-State purple. Because for us K-Staters, purple is more than a color. It's a symbol of pride and connection. Because when you see somebody wearing K-State purple or a K-State class ring, or you see that purple Power Cat on a license tag on a vehicle, you immediately feel that sense of family. I'd also like to share that in recognition of your graduation, your College of Veterinary Medicine and the Alumni Association are providing you with a complimentary one-year membership to the Alumni Association. We hope you'll always be an active member of your Alumni Association. K-State alumni are among the most loyal in the nation. In fact, you are now part of one of the top 5 alumni associations in the nation and number 1 in the Big 12 Conference for the percentage of our graduates that are members. Well, that same loyalty is shared worldwide by generations of K-Staters who have the same passion for K-State that you feel today as you receive your degree from one of the finest universities in the nation. The Alumni Association was also pleased to present to you today an exclusive alumni business card holder, because as you go through life and your titles change and your addresses change, please be sure to keep us updated, because we want to make sure that you always stay connected to your K-State family. Again, congratulations on this special accomplishment here today. Be proud of your university, wear your purple with pride, and as always, let's go K-State!
To bring greetings from the class of 2017, I am pleased to call upon Dr. Christian Eckert, President of the class of 2017.
Thanks for coming, everyone. To start out, just from the class, we'd like to thank all of our family, our parents, grandparents, siblings, significant others, etc., that have helped us through this journey. Definitely hasn't been easy. You guys have answered a lot of our late night phone calls, made surprise trips to visit us and encourage us, buy support package, or even just calling us and to us complain about how today was a bad day or today was a great day, let's celebrate together. Thanks on behalf of the class of 2017 for being there for us during all of our fun and hard times. Next, I would like to thank all of our pets. They have been poked and prodded and overdiagnosed and neglected and all the other fun stuff that comes with being the pet of a veterinary student. And thirdly, I'd like to thank all the faculty and staff that have helped us since day one orientation, August 21st, 2013. 1,361 days ago, if you were counting. They have helped shape us in the doctors that we're going to be and all the great people that we currently are. Now, I speak to my class. Like I said, 1,361 days together. Quite a bit of time spent together. Good memories, bad memories, sad memories, but all memories that will last the rest of our lives. To give this speech, I would like to go through a flashback of each year, touching on the short things, the fun parts of it. First year, orientation. Had no idea who each other was, but we all had to give up and give one fact about ourselves. So some of us embarrassed ourselves, some of us showed off, some of us just said something so that we could get out of there and get to the next person. Next, day one, the bones box. Dr. Rowe came in, being his first year, handed us a box and said, good luck. We had to learn all of the bones of the body. And then after that, we had our first party, SHAF, welcoming us officially to the veterinary career. Then it came the parking fundraisers and all the other class things that we begged and we had signups for every day. Thank you guys for signing up. Sarah and Amy appreciate it. And then it was anatomy lab. Gross anatomy was fun. We had to dissect and actually start doing things with our hands and not just sitting in the classroom listening to a lecture and typing notes. And there was a lovely smell of formaldehyde. Eventually just got used to it, and then you started eating dinner in the lab, although there was no food in the lab. And then microanatomy, all the purple and pink stuff on the screen, and just shaking our head when Climax said, you guys see this? And we'd laugh. Physiology, where we will ever remember how to induce nystagmus in a dog. 3D anatomy, Friday afternoon, just after lunch, in a dark room for 2 hours. Great time for a nap, but also a great time to learn. And then there's epidemiology. Everything's a bell-shaped curve. Remember that. Life is a bell-shaped curve. And then the 2x2 tables that I thought for a while were Punnett squares and couldn't figure out how to work them. Then we began second year. OMG, the ologies. General pathology, systemic pathology, clinical pathology, virology, bacteriology, parasitology, toxicology, radiology, pharmacology, and even some of us partook in mixology. But through all those, we learned the foundations to become doctors. Through the first year, we learned all the normal. And second year, we were hit with a lot of abnormal and weren't sure if we were going to make it through. There was a lot of stress, a lot of tension, but definitely friendships built and friendships strengthened. Radiology, we learned, read the whole slide. Don't just look at the main problem, but read everything because you might miss a diagnosis. In pharmacology, the fear of God was put on us in case a black helicopter aptly would show up with a 2x4 behind us. And then all the other fun times that we had with our new family of K-State veterinary students and all the stress, and then putting on a party of Shaft for the first year students. And I'd like to tell a story of second year about how procrastination can still be a good thing and still get you through with that motivation. The Sunday before finals, we were studying down in the basement of Trotter, and about 9:30, we decided to take a break, get on Facebook. We've been studying for pathology. And then we get online and notice that someone had posted, "Can't wait for the pharmacology final tomorrow morning." Kate Witzel and I were in the basement of Trotter and about had a heart attack, saying, "Oh, LOL, how about pathology tomorrow?" Another student commented, "No, it's farm tomorrow." So we went to Starbucks and hit close to an LD50 of caffeine, and we hit it hard that night until about 4:30 a.m. We showed up at 8, passed the final, and moved on. So procrastination or just not knowing can definitely be a great motivator, and take that motivation and use it to succeed. Then we hit third year, medicines and surgeries. From the small cat and dog, to the exotics, to the cattle, to the horses. We did it all. We spayed, we neutered, we castrated, we did C-sections, we were terrified. But we did it. We got the basic skills needed to move on to clinics the next year. And finally, in third year, we started to feel like doctors, not just students. Then fourth year came. We lost some classmates the whole time, but we gained some classmates, and it was a great time. It was a whirlwind of a year. All the days of it just flew by, and you weren't sure how you're gonna make it to the next day, but sure enough, you woke up and showed up the next day. And then we had all the tears of sadness and the tears of joy when we were able to make that diagnosis, know the answer, and get that patient out of there better than they came in. And then we had the times of sadness when an animal came in, whether it was a code 10 or it just came in and the owner wasn't know what's going on, we couldn't find an answer, and it ended in euthanasia. But that's what practice is gonna be. Like Dr. Harkin said, there will be our good days and our bad days. You gotta learn to roll with them, and hopefully the good outnumber the bad. And then in fourth year, we also faced our fears, whether that was pet health, or anesthesia, or medicine or surgery. We all had to face a fear one day. For some of us, that was putting a catheter in a 2-pound Yorkie. For others, that was leading a giant stallion by a rein and hoping it didn't trample you in the hallway. But we all did great. We all made it through. Few injuries, few bites, few scratches, but we made it. And now we have a whole class here of classmates that are here to help us through, just like we did with those first 3 years. This year, we also lost a dear friend of ours to suicide. I'd like to remind all of you again that we are there for each other. Be there for each other. You may not know it, but all of us are here to help everyone else, not just the patients we see. But finally, on today, May 12th, 2017, after 1,361 days together, we did it. So now, what does the future hold? Well, it depends. Many of us are heading off to several different states, countries, or other areas, going into multiple different professions, from local practice to government work to the military to public health. But we're all going to be there together for each other. Hopefully one of us goes out there and finds a cure to one of those idiopathic diseases that really make us feel like idiots. Maybe someone will go out there and find the cure to cancer, or a different cure out there, and then we can also say that that's my classmate. They're a member of 2017. Or some of us might just go home, be a normal hometown vet, make everybody happy, treat all their pets, and be the star of the show. But wherever we are, make sure that you're there for each other, even if it is picking up someone from a playground at 6 a.m. Now, to finish off, I would like to read a poem by one of our classmates from first year Gross Anatomy Lab. This came after a long night of studying anatomy to prepare for the final. It was written by Brett Fisher, and it is a poem called Ode to Addie, our cadaver dog. You came to us all dripping wet. That smell you had we'll never forget. Your name is Addie, we declared, and fond we are of memories shared. First incision, hearts filled with dread, we quickly realized that you'd been well fed. So much fat, you'd likely been slow. Teacher said gross, especially row. Many a night spent at your side, you and me in our dissection guide. Cut through some ribs and saw your spine. I opened your eyes and you opened mine. You taught us tons, now comes the end. Addy dog, our formalin friend. Thanks.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of the College of Veterinary Medicine, I extend to you congratulations to each member of the class of 2017, your families and your friends. The practice of veterinary medicine is a privilege extended to only a few. You have used your talents and academic abilities through perseverance and hard work to earn this privilege. Guard this privilege with the commitment that has brought you to this time in your professional lives. We are extremely proud of each of you, and this is your day, so go enjoy it to the fullest. I hope that when you leave here, you'll remember the fond memories you had at Kansas State University, and I want to personally thank you for choosing Kansas State University and spending some time with us, albeit a very short time. I know each of you are going to go out and be tremendously successful in whatever you do, and I'll be very proud as I hear the stories that come in from all the things that this class accomplishes. So thank you for allowing us to share some of your life. Please now, everyone stand as Mr. Stephen Kuchera plays our alma mater. The words for our alma mater are on the left and bottom of the picture on page 3 of the commencement program. Please be reseated for the recessional. you.